Hello, everybody. I am Ariyana Love, reporting with Occupy Palestine TV, the Liberty Beacon, and Middle East Rising. Today, we have a very special guest. Her name is Janna Jihad, and she is from the Al Tamimi family, living in the West Bank of occupied Palestine. How are you today? And thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to speak. And I'm fine. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. I'm fine too. Yeah. I wanted to mention we were going to do this broadcast with Brandon Jihad. He's also adopted the same last name as you. But he couldn't make it today. So
Yeah.
maybe next time. And then Dan Frank, who wanted me to extend his greetings to you. He's a little bit sick right now. He has pneumonia. But he's planning, the three of us are planning on going to Gaza to stand with the Palestinian people in their Great Return March. Yeah. So Janna, I'm really curious. What made you choose Janna Jihad as a name? Can you tell us a little bit about the meaning of your name?
Like it doesn't have a meaning, but in Palestine here we don't say our name and then our last name. We say our name, our father's name, and then our last name. So my father's name is Jihad, so I'm Janna Jihad.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. And what's your age, Janna?
I'm 12 years old.
So you turned 12.
Yeah, I'll turn 12 on April 5th.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And would you tell us a little bit about where you live and your village in the West Bank?
Yeah. I'm right now in Nabi Saleh. It's a really small village here. In Palestine, we only like about 500 people living here. Like there's a settlement near us. It's like a really small village. We have like every Friday protest, but after Trump decision, it's like everyday clashes, and it's like very like we have about 20 people from Nabi Saleh are in the jail. 9 of them are children under 18. Ahad is one of them. Muhammad Tamimi is one of them. Wi'am is one of them. There's a lot of children here. Like we can say 90% of the people got injured, got arrested. It's like a very hard situation to live here, not only in Nabi Saleh, in all of Palestine.
90% of the entire village have been arrested
or getting injured or.
Wow. Now, is the entire village from the Tamimi family, or are there different families?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought I read. Wow. So tell us about your relationship with Ahad Tamimi.
Ahad is my cousin and my best friend. She's like my bigger sister, my older sister, and she's like we're always together, going to school together, like really close friends, and yeah.
And she's your first cousin, right?
Yeah.
How is she doing? I know that our viewers, anybody who knows and has been following Ahad Tamimi's story, she's was abducted and put into Israeli detention facility when she was 16, and she's turned 17 there. Tell us about how
we don't really know about her a lot because we cannot see her or call her. We saw her once in 4 months, and we are gonna see her after her father is gonna see her after tomorrow. He got an opportunity to see her only twice in 8 months, and it's like really hard, but we just know that she's studying in the jail, doing like not really bad. She's good. She have the beliefs and things. She have a very strong personality, and yeah.
She is so brave. Both of you are so brave, and I think that many people look up to you and admire you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Tell us what like a day in your, well, let's see. Wait, let me look back at my questions. Yeah, I'm curious because it used to be, like you said, every Friday your family will protest the
Yeah,
Israeli occupation of your lands. Um, but now the activity, the Israeli occupation forces are more present in your village and terrorizing the family. It sounds like
yeah,
making
yeah,
abductions and torture is part of that.
yeah,
Um, and as you said, a large percentage, maybe the majority, are children that seem to be targeted. So tell us how did you learn? I mean, what is your education like in the village, and how did you learn English?
I learned English from my school. It's an American school.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, it's not in the village. It's actually in the city of Ramallah.
Okay. So Nabi Saleh is not so far from Ramallah.
Yeah.
Um, what is the scariest thing that happened when you confronted the Israeli occupation uh, military men?
Like a lot of things happens because when you're like in front of an Israeli soldier, like he can do whatever he wants to you. Sometimes people get injured or even arrested or even get killed. So for me, like it's hard. Um while like they're in front of me, sometimes they broke my tried to get my camera, not let me film, not let me just shoot the whole events and not just cover things. So that's a problem here.
Mm-hmm. I see. Um, and how is your cousin Mohammed Tamimi? He was shot
He's
with.
actually good. He did a surgery that they got his skull from up back in his head, so he's a little bit good. But if he hear like a very loud voice, like his head, like it's it's gonna he get a headache and it's like a little bit bad.
Yeah, yeah, I can imagine. That was a massive wound. Wasn't he shot in the head with was it a tear gas canister?
No, he was shot here with a bullet that came under his skull, and he was in a coma for 7 days. And he was in a coma for 7 days, and this part of his skull was gone, and it was like really bad.
And he's just 14, right?
Yeah, he's 14 to 15.
Yeah. Okay. Let me look at my notes and see if there's anything I missed. Um, we are planning, um, well, let's see. The reason why we're doing this broadcast is because a Native American leader at Standing Rock, who I was working with during the Native Americans are also fighting to keep their lands and their water resources, and they're fighting against the big oil pipelines over there. And they've been watching you and Ahed Tamimi, and they're very
Yeah.
proud of you. Yeah, and they asked me to reach out to you. They want me to organize a prayer day, a global prayer, a day for praying. And I decided that we should do May 15th because this is the day when
Nakba is. No,
Nakba,
no.
yeah, the
Yeah,
Nakba, or yeah, the Al Nakba anniversary. So 70 years of occupation.
yeah,
And it's also the day that the Trump administration is moving the US Embassy to Jerusalem.
yeah. So
And
bad.
yeah, and it's probably the day when the most demonstrators will be gathering at the Gaza border for the Great Return March.
Yeah.
So what we're doing is organizing a global prayer day, and also I'm put together a team of 3 people to go to Gaza on an international delegation to go and stand in with the Palestinian people to try to draw attention to document and broadcast from there.
That's actually good.
Dan Frank is coming with us. I know that he visited you when he was in the West Bank, and he interviewed you too, and met Bassam Tamimi,
Yeah, yeah,
Hassan's
Bassem.
father. Yeah.
Bassem.
Um, so one more thing. I mean, well, tell us how you see the Great Return March, and maybe explain a little bit why the Palestinian people are demonstrating at the Gaza border. Are you there?
Yeah, because can you hear me?
I hear you.
Yeah, because it's the 70th anniversary for Nakba, and Nakba is the day of 19 like the days of the 1948, that people from Haifa, Akka, Tabariya, Bdisan, Yafa, a lot of those cities was just like they didn't let them stay in their land, and they just didn't like just kicked them out of their land and just occupied this land and named it in the name of Israel. And just in those days, as they say, the country of Israel is just done, or not done, is produced. So it's the same day of the independence. Yeah, it's the
Israeli Independence Day.
yeah,
And
it's the Israeli Independence Day. Yeah.
good job. um, yeah, would you like to, because this video is going to be shared through many different groups,
Yeah.
including Palestinian groups and in Gaza. Would you like to send a message to the Palestinian children in Gaza who are attending the Great Return March? You can tell them something in Arabic.
I can tell in Arabic. In
Sure.
Arabic.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, as you like. أنا بحب أحكي لهم إنه إحنا معكم دايما ورح نضل معكم، وبنتمنى إنه نضل مكملين، وإحنا رح نضل مكملين عنا، لأنه هاي الحدود، بس هاي الشبكة اللي بفصلنا، بس إحنا إيد واحدة وجسد واحد وشعب واحد، فلازم نضل مع بعض ولا إشي بفرقنا، لأنه لما نكون متحدين ولا عمري هذا العدو بهزمنا، وفي يوم من الأيام كلنا رح نرجع على بحكي يعني اللاجئين إنه حق العودة حق مقدس، وكلنا رح نرجع لفلسطين، وهذا إشي يعني أكيد كلنا رح نرجع لفلسطين، وإنتوا رح ترجعوا لحيفا وليافا ولعكا. وجيش الاحتلال بالعكس ما معه إشي، بس معاه بإيدهم سلاح. إحنا في بقلبنا إيمان وفي بقلبنا قناعة، وفي يوم من الأيام هذا السلاح رح يسقط من إيدهم ورح يخرب. بس إحنا قناعتنا وإيماننا ولا عمر رح يسقط ولا عمر رح يخرب، بالعكس رح ننقله من جيل لجيل، وفلسطين رح تتحرر. وبتمنى إنه تضلوا صامدين زي ما إحنا بنعرفكم، تحيتنا لكم من نبي صالح.
I'm sure that will mean a lot to them.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. And it would be wonderful if you could do another broadcast with us or help us to lead this prayer. It's basically from Native America to Palestine, and we are to be led by the Native American elders and the Palestinian people in this global day of prayer. We need to stand in unity, in peace, and stand for peace and against tyranny, the global tyranny that we're facing in our world today. So that's the purpose of this prayer. And is there anything else you would like to say to our audience? And a lot of the people who will be watching this will be in the United States. Is there something you would like to tell them?
I couldn't understand
Oh,
because your voice was going.
okay. I think the connection, we were having a trouble with the connection just then.
Yeah.
Do you hear me now? Good?
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of our audience through the Liberty Beacon is in the United States,
Yeah.
although we reach people all over the world. But people in the United States oftentimes don't have a lot of knowledge about Palestine because it's censored out of our education in our schools, in our public schools. So it's probably the first time that some people viewing this have actually heard from a Palestinian or a Palestinian child and a journalist, because you are the youngest journalist in the world. But is there something you would like to say to the American public, to the American audience about
I would
occupation?
I would like to them that we we have to be one hand, and we have to put hand to hand to make this world a world of peace, a world of love, because we are the next generation, and we are the next leaders, the leaders of the future, and also the leaders of the present. So we have to put hand to hand to make this world a world of peace, a world of love, to free Palestine, to free the world from their negative thinking, from the brainwashing, from the occupation, and to just make this world as our grandparents and great grandparents tried to do it and they couldn't. But we are the generation, the freedom generation, the freedom fighters, and we are the leaders for this future. So we have to make a change.
That's beautiful, Janna. Thank you
Thank
so
you very
much.
much.
And
Thank you.
I think we'll end this broadcast now. This is Ariyana
Yeah.
Love reporting with Occupy Palestine TV, the Liberty Beacon, and Middle East Rising.